Today's video may ruffle a few feathers because let's be honest, the internet can be a very sensitive place, but we are chatting all about things that are making you look frumpy or that are unflattering. Now, I am speaking from my personal experience, so these are just maybe some potentially surprising things that I don't like to wear because I don't find them flattering. I'm not necessarily projecting these things on everyone out there because I do see some of these that look really cute on other people. Keep in mind we all have different body shapes and sizes and different comfort levels as well. And I think when it comes to looking frumpy, a lot of it stems from a lack of confidence. So if these things don't make me feel comfortable and confident, that can project into me thinking they look frumpy. Now, as I was writing up my ideas for this video, I was also sitting here contemplating what I think defines frumpiness, because I think that's a very interesting topic. So let me know what you would define frumpiness as down below. But to me in general, I think if something looks frumpy, it just looks overall unflattering, unkept, kind of like you didn't try, or even a lack of confidence, I feel like can define frumpiness as well. But it's interesting because as I was thinking about it further, I also feel like there's a very fine line because some people can just rock that frumpy look. Like if I put the exact same outfit on, I would look extremely frumpy. So it's very interesting if you think about it, like what makes something frumpy on one person but not somebody else. I don't know, just give it a thought and let me know what you think. If this is your first time joining me for a video, I just wanted to say a quick hello. My name's Amanda and I love to make fashion videos here on my channel focusing on classic, very feminine style. And I shop a variety of retailers like Nordstrom, Target, Amazon. I love to mix kind of high and low pieces, like some good investment staples like handbags with really affordable things to give it an overall elevated look. So if you are into that type of content, I would love to have you subscribe and join my fashion community here on YouTube. The first item that I personally don't find flattering on myself is pleated skirts. Now this comes with a caveat because I love a good pleat. I love a pleated midi skirt, and I do like pleated mini skirts depending on how the pleat is done. But what I'm talking about specifically is skirts that have these thicker pleats. I find that on me, they just give me a much wider appearance around the hip, and that is an area that I personally do not want to accentuate. So I just find myself not enjoying these pieces when I try them on, or not reaching for them when they do end up in my closet. I think it also comes down to the material. If it's very flowy and has a really good movement to it, I do like that type of pleat, but when it's more structured, kind of like that schoolgirl vibe, I just personally don't find it flattering on myself. The next item I personally do not wear because I don't find it flattering, and this one is definitely going to get the people talking in the comments, but that is baggy jeans or just looser fitting jeans in general. Now, I don't just mean around the hips and thighs, but I also mean the jeans that puddle on the bottom or they look too long. Now, I do not think this is the case on everybody. Again, I see younger, cool girls rocking this style and I think it looks great on them, but when I put it on, I feel like an actual stump and I don't feel like myself and I don't feel like feminine and empowered, and I just don't enjoy it on myself. Maybe it's that lack of confidence, but also maybe I'm just not used to seeing that style on myself, because I do think you can warm up to pieces like this, but I have tried it over and over again and I just don't feel like myself when I do wear baggier jeans. I also think it's interesting to think about this as well because I have only really seen this style in person on very, very young girls, like high schoolers, that type of thing, and I do think it looks frumpy and kind of unkept. But when I see it online and social media and girls are styling them and posing, or even on Pinterest, I think the posing is maybe what makes it look a little more flattering. I don't know. You can weigh in the comments below. Dropped waist skirts and dresses, 9 times out of 10 are going to be something that I'm going to end up returning. I do think an A-line shape will accommodate and look more flattering on most people overall, but it does depend on your body type and the actual piece, because ironically I am actually wearing a dropped waist dress right now, and this is the first in years and years that I have actually kept because It doesn't feel too baggy in the waist. I think the proportions are just done right. Ironically, it's from Amazon too. I did share some good Amazon finds recently, so I'll link that video down below if you want to check it out and see this dress on full body look of it type of thing. But another reason I don't like dropped waist silhouettes is because I always find them to be too tight around my booty, and it either just sits a little too high on my waist and I can't pull it, like it ends up being too short, or just multiple reasons. I just don't like a seam around the hip in general. So yeah, this is a big no for me in my wardrobe. Next isn't necessarily a specific item, but it's more so a type of pairing, and that is very high contrasted items, top and bottom. So for example, the easiest example would be wearing a white top with black jeans or vice versa. I just don't love that high contrast between the two because I feel like it really accentuates my shorter waist. I do have a very short torso. I think a simple way that you can check if you have a short torso is by putting one hand above your bust and then the other hand directly below that. And if your belly button overlaps with your hand, then you could generally say you have a shorter waist. And I know a lot of you who follow me also have a shorter waist, and that's probably why you follow me, because I tend to style things that will flatter a shorter torso. So that's probably the main reason I steer clear of it. But I also just think a more monochromatic silhouette is just more elegant and looks more expensive. So I just don't find myself enjoying high contrast pairings. Off the shoulder tops are something that very rarely makes its way into my wardrobe, especially if it is a big ruffled off the shoulder top all the way around. I do have more broad athletic shoulders, so I feel like that off the shoulder look definitely accentuates it. I do think when it's fitted and maybe more of a sweater material in the fall, it can look so cute for an elevated look like date night. So I do have a couple in my wardrobe that I really enjoy, but for the most part, those like ruffly, big off the shoulder tops just aren't for me and my body type. And I also hate the ones that are just wide open, like one big opening here, because they move around so much. It's just an accident waiting to happen. So if I do have an off the shoulder top that makes it into my wardrobe, it has to have like the built-in sleeve that your arm goes through, so they won't just open right up. This also is another interesting thought when it comes to things that are frumpy, because I do think a lot of times things that can be more modest can be described as frumpier, but I actually don't think the two and two go hand to hand, because I think you can dress completely modest and conservative. Hello, Kate Middleton is the prime example that comes to my mind, and I have never seen her look frumpy, and I think that's because her tailoring is always to perfection. She always makes sure to define her waist, define her shoulders. She can wear a midi length skirt and just looks beautiful and modest. And yeah, she would never look frumpy. So I don't know why this like whole topic has just been stirring in my head all day. So I just want to chat with you about it in the comments. This is another one for my fellow short torso girlies out there, but ultra high rise jeans are just never going to work for me. If they are digging into my rib cage, I feel like, what is the name? I don't think it's Pee Wee Herman, but I just feel like I look so stumpy. And especially if I pair it with a fitted top, like it is just not flattering whatsoever. I can sometimes get away with high rise because it's really hard to find more mid-rise jeans. Even low rise these days are more so mid-rise in my millennial brain. I haven't seen, I mean, I guess I'm starting to see the more ultra low rise look come about, but online I haven't really come around true low rise jeans yet. But yeah, ultra high rise, anything that really hits above my belly button is just gonna be a no-go. Not to mention, I do not find those jeans comfortable. I do not want a tight waistband around my stomach, especially if I'm going out to eat or something like that, because I know we all deal with bloating, and I don't understand how people make it work, to be honest. This next thing is definitely a personal preference, but I put it in here because it's one of those things that I'm just not super confident in when I wear it, and for that reason, I just never do. And I don't think it necessarily looks frumpy, but I just personally don't enjoy, or I don't feel confident when I wear lower back dresses or anything that is complicated if I have to wear a certain bra with it. Like if it will show in the back, I just don't find myself wearing it. Not necessarily because it's unflattering, but it's just difficult. So I think that could more so go in the video where I talked about things that I will no longer purchase. So if that sounds of interest to you, I will link that one down below. This one is interesting because I know I have shared countless items of this, and I am very particular on ones that I like and ones that I don't, but I actually don't think super puffy sleeves are the most flattering thing on my body type. Like I said before, I do have more broad shoulders, and it definitely depends on, I think, the length of the sleeve. If it is very short puff, I don't think that's super flattering. I think it does make me look a little frumpier, but if it is a longer one, I just let myself have it, okay? Because I like the girly, frilly things sometimes. But do I think it's the most flattering on me? No, but at the end of the day, I think you just have to remember to wear whatever makes you happy. When it comes to longer hemlines, for specifically the midi length, I feel like full maxi length is actually an easier length to style than midi. I think you can get very frumpy with midi lengths very easily. So I am very cautious about what shoes I pair with anything that I wear midi length. Typically, the only two options in my case are a really nice kind of sexier heel to balance out that modest length, especially if it's hitting mid-shin. I would never wear an ankle booty or a chunky shoe with that because it is going to give you the most stubby legs. Like, I don't think it's super flattering. Even ballet flats, I don't think it's the most flattering thing. I think it can definitely make you look frumpy. But midi length styles with a really nice flattering heel, or I'll go for a knee-high boot, something that goes underneath the dress completely. I think those are the two most flattering options personally. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on this video down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this topic, make sure to hit the like button. And if you're looking for another video to watch, these are the items that I will no longer be buying in my wardrobe. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.